dreams of glory, points to chase, mini leagues, it's the ultimate race, captains rise, some fall from grace, oh, the game we play, it's a ruthless space. Only the elite will win through the chaos, through the spin, break the template, big deck within. Only the elite will win. Only the elite will win. Steve-O's fight tenacious, Jason's moves audacious. In our community, no sheep on display. Tactics whispered, strategy said. The managers plot like kings and queens. Green arrow shining, red one sting. The table shifts, the standing swing. Only the elite will win through the chaos, through the spin, break the template, dig deep within. Only the elite will win. Wild cards played, chips deployed, every transfer a risk enjoyed. A triple captain, hopes alloyed. One wrong move, dreams destroyed. Only the elite will win through the chaos, through the spin, break the template, dig deep within. Only the elite will
Only the elite will win, Steve-O. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone in the chat. We've got Clickers, Odin. We've got Matt, Animations, Screaming for Vengeance, Milan Milic, John Harris, PK7, Troy Cadigan, good evening, Tyler Little, Slavek, Dan, Wolfie, Hammers fan, Shane, we've got Devil, hi, coming off a 22-point week, surely can't get any worse than that. I'm sure there are people with less points than that, mate. What was your game week rank? I dread to think. Glenn Fossum's in the chat. Ricky Kylie's in the chat. Podner's in the chat. Sean's in the chat. Ivan's in the chat. Bad Company's in the chat. Luke's in the chat. Up the Grimsby. Yeah, funny, mate. Up the Grims. Yeah, they're loving it. They're absolutely loving it, and they have every right to be loving it. Christopher Warburton in the chat. Steve, good evening. How are you?
Well, as you know, I've just, like most people right now, would have seen that brand new music intro. I'm absolutely blown away by it. What are the actual people saying in the chat about it? Because I'd like to think they're giving you praise, because I think it deserves a lot of praise, because it's actually nearly brings a tear to your eye. It's genuinely that good.
Thanks. Matty likes it. I think Kevy likes it. We got Dan that likes it. So I've seen Jason on the intro. Where's Steve-O, says PK7, and then a few seconds later he's like, there he is. We got how are we all? We got hi lads, hope you're well. Matty likes it. Matty likes it. Got goosebumps, Tyler Little says. Milan Milic says Jason Cook with the AI. PK7 likes the intro as well. Yeah, so lots of people enjoying it. 10.6 million game week rank, Devil. That's brutal, mate. But guess what? It's a good time of this is the time of the season where you can get away with that. So don't worry too much. There's lots of ways you can get them points back over the coming 36 game weeks. 36 game weeks to go, Steve-O. We've got the game week 3 coming up in a couple of days. Well, a couple of days, yeah. Tomorrow.
No, Saturday.
It's not Friday today. It's a couple of days. Yeah, I thought it was. For some reason, I thought it was a Friday kickoff, but it's not. It's Saturday, Sunday this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, and I never ever like going back on what happened in Game Week 2, because we all know what happened, but we haven't spoken about FPL since the Newcastle-Liverpool game, and of course you came through, I think, was it 17 points? You must have been absolutely overjoyed from the Gakpo 2 assists and the Salah last-minute assist for you. Incredible, Jace. You're storming it at the moment. Absolutely storming FPL.
Hang on, I won't say I'm storming it. I'm 10 points ahead of you. That's it. There's nothing in it. And you've got the better team going into the game week.
You're still doing very well in the Content Creator League,
which we take very seriously.
Remember that we're talking about you here. Don't worry about what these freaks of nature do in the overall rankings. We're talking about these mini leagues, and you're doing very well. And at the end of the day,
stop picking me up, Steve. Are you giving me,
you've got 17 points, which is more than what most people got from their teams, let alone you from the 3 players. And you must have come away from that game absolutely loving life.
Okay, so I was enjoying the game in the sense of Gakpo getting the assists. The crazy thing was I actually turned off the game just like a few minutes before the end. I didn't know that Newcastle equalised, and I didn't know that Salah scored or got an assist, I should say. So I was kind of like, yes, Salah's not like punished me for not captaining him. And I'm like, great, so we've got 5 points, right? But yeah, Gakpo was definitely a massive differential for me, owning him. But obviously the disappointment really goes with Wirtz. I don't know what to think about Wirtz. I didn't really see a lot of him that I think that I'm due. Do you know, like, when you own an FPL asset, Steve-O, and it doesn't come through one game week, it doesn't come through another game week, but you say to yourself, next game week or the game week after, I'm sure you'll come through. I don't feel like that with Florian Wirtz, and I don't know if I regret having him in my team over Ekitike, to be honest with you. I think Ekitike would have been a great pick instead of Sesko, and just basically use that money, and then maybe had hindsight's a great thing, but maybe a Kudos or even a Sarr or a Semenyo in midfield would have been much more beneficial. But unfortunately, I picked the lame duck in Sesko, the guy that can't get a start in the Premier League despite being signed to be the focal point, the striker for Manchester United. Benched on both games, and Arsenal can throw Gyökeres into the mix, not a problem. But as soon as Sesko signs, we've got to integrate him in slowly. Yeah, because it's definitely a team that you really need to integrate slowly in. I mean, let's be honest. If you got a pulse, you've probably got more life in you than freaking half of Man United at the moment. So, yeah, I think the team is okay going into game week 3. Sesko is gone. He's got to be gone. Wirtz is going to be gone, but not for this week. But from next week onwards. PK7, we will talk about that horrific Grimsby game.
Yeah, we're going to get onto that. We're going to spend about an hour talking about Man United, but let's just talk about game week 2 as it ended, or more specifically with Wirtz and Sesko, etc. I think a lot of people, including myself, have realised that Wirtz was a poor pick. He is essentially the man that does everything apart from scoring goals and assisting. He is basically trying to do everything to take away from the fact that they've got the likes of Gakpo and whatever his fucking name is, Ekatike. Well, I say Salah. I mean, he does fuck all anyway. But certainly...
Still pops up though, doesn't he? Still pops up with those points.
Yeah, but let's get real here. I know that with any world-class / premium FPL asset, you expect them to essentially be getting returns in every single game. And that's what Salah's doing. But when you see the performances of Salah, it is very... it's nothing. Whereas if you look at likes of Gakpo and Ekatike, you're excited. You just mentioned Wirtz. There is no way there is anything that you see in him where you're going, there's definitely a goal in him. It's the same as Dewsbury Hall. Brilliant player. There's no goals. There may be an assist in him because he takes a lot of set pieces, but...
And crosses. He does a lot of crosses.
Yeah. But he, unfortunately, from an FPL perspective, because this is the one thing I keep talking to Ray about. It's you can't be thinking from a real life football point of view and a TFF, a Telegraph point of view. You have to look at it from an FPL point of view. And we have phone calls all the time. We always voice message about one another. And it can be very difficult for me and him to kind of come to an agreement because FPL is fucking savage. It is savage, this game. Wirtz has already gone down in price. Pirro, I didn't even know he was going to be going down in price. He went down in price last night. So I've already lost 0.2 on 2 players in my team, which I'm not happy with at all. And I so wanted to pull the wild card this week, but it's just too early. And I can use the money to... Before you talk about your wild card, I just want to address the statement in the chat. Nixie said because he heard me say about getting rid of Wirtz next week. What's next week, Steve-O? It's the Burnley game. I want Ekatike in my team for that Burnley game. Yeah. But anyway, sorry, I just wanted to address that. Because I just don't have any faith in Wirtz getting me FPL points. But Nixie, I hope that answers your question. What's the point? That's the point, isn't it? That's literally what I'm saying. From a real life player point of view, Wirtz is probably the greatest player ever since Messi and Ronaldo. Brilliant. From an FPL point of view, he's shit. It's true. In 7 goals, he hasn't got us anything.
He hasn't got a sniff, and he hasn't got anywhere near it. Like it's not even
he had a shot on goal the other day. But
okay. Oh my God, slow down, calm down. No, what I mean is, it's like he's not, in my opinion, created many chances that I can think of that I think he's due an assist any time. Like he's not threading through balls like Kevin De Bruyne or like like an Odegaard. He's sitting a little bit more, like he's a bit more deeper than that, and he's kind of just passing it out to the wingers for the wingers to get involved in crossing it or passing it in. So I'm not, again, I think Gravenberch has probably got more of a goal threat at the moment than Wirtz.
Well, he's literally scored.
Yeah.
Admittedly, again, a lot of the goals have been very fortuitous. I mean, the Salah goal, I mean, I'm not criticising his work rate to score the goal against Bournemouth, but he had no right to be allowed to score that fucking goal. It's the same as Gravenberch, a layoff from Gakpo, and he just whacks it. I mean, brilliant finish, but fuck me. Like, it's unfortunately just one of those where Wirtz, I can see, is a very, 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 very good player. But unfortunately, without wanting to repeat myself, but I will, he's got to go. He has to go. But it's the fact he's got Burnley up next after Arsenal.
Well, Thomas Thornton disagrees. He says no reason to sell Wirtz at all. He can easily get 3 returns in a game. It's funny people think that you can judge him after 2 games. He's got 3 assists and a goal all season. He gets double figures in goals and assists every season. You're wrong. So, yeah, I'm judging from...
hold on a minute. Hold on a minute.
Not in the
Liverpool,
Premier League.
Not in he hasn't played for Liverpool. He's played 3 games for Liverpool.
Yeah, we can only go on what we see in the Premier League. And like Sesko was a great striker before he joined Man United. You know,
Shevchenko was an amazing striker until he joined Chelsea.
I mean, Fernando Torres was a brilliant striker before he joined Chelsea as well. Remember him? Like absolutely on fire for Liverpool. And as soon as he goes to Chelsea, just what I'm saying is different clubs, different players. Okay.
Yeah, and there's only very, very, very few players that adapt to Premier League. And off the top of my head, right this second, I'm thinking of Kevin De Bruyne, Suarez,
Haaland when he came in.
Haaland, yeah. But these are elite players. I mean, do you remember? Do you remember? Nkunku was supposed to be the next greatest thing on the planet. Did nothing for Chelsea, really. I mean, he did all right in Europe, but for whatever reason, the coach didn't fancy him. It was the other guy, the one that has been banned from Chelsea. What's his name? The blonde-haired bloke, 21, 22-year-old on the left wing, the fastest man on the planet. Got a neck tattoo. What's his name?
Oh, yeah. I can't remember his name. Help me out, chat. Yeah, I know about Mudryk. Yeah.
Mudryk, yeah. The greatest player on the planet. He did fuck all for, he's done nothing for Chelsea.
Yeah. Chelsea have had a fair lot of flops. Like, you remember, I remember Salah was there, wasn't he, at one point?
At the start of his career. To be fair.
He wasn't going to go anywhere at Chelsea, though, was he? He needed that move to make it work. Steve-O seems to lack faith. Remember how he gets rid of Saka before he delivers points? Ooh, partner.
When did that happen? When did I get rid of Saka? He's in my team, isn't he?
You think you can judge after 2 games?
In fact, remember, I thought I captained Saka, didn't I? Yeah, I did, yeah. Odd statement. Very strange statement there.
I think he's trying to trigger you, mate. Think you can judge him after 2 games? Mate, we're all judging. It's not just me. I mean, you tell that to the tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of people that have transferred him out of their team. That's why he's gone down like 0.1 in price. You're telling me that I'm a sheep and I'm just doing, I'm being unrational. He's still in my team. I'm taking him out.
But this is the point, isn't it? FPL has always been like this, and people, yes, you can be patient with players, but when you're losing, Triggerlips made the point on his bloody video about I will respectfully not take any blind bit of notice what chat say about my FPL team, and nor should you individuals in the chat make any freaking decisions based on what the community tells you to. Do what you want to do. At the end of the day, F you if you think I'm doing something wrong, because if it fails, it's on me. I think I've always said this to you, for whatever reason, you stopped playing the way you played back in 2021, 22 and 22, 23, where you were just aggressive. You basically were playing literally your game. And if it meant in this specific case, I know you're not doing it this week, but the following week in game week 4 in 3 weeks time, and you decide to go, right, fuck off Sesko. I'm bringing Ekatike, and I'm going to get rid of Wirtz, and I'm going to bring in whomever.
Well,
You've still got another transfer.
Don't forget, you can only have 3 Liverpool, and I really like the look of Ekatike, and I think he's a great substitute for Sesko. And guess what? I can only have 3 Liverpool, and I've got 3 Liverpool midfielders. And out of Gakpo, Salah, and Wirtz, okay, who am I going to get rid of to make place for Ekatike? Well, let me guess. The one that's underperforming, the one that's not getting any goal involvements, the one that's like not even going into the opponent's penalty area that often, it's going to be Florian Wirtz. I'm afraid he is going to be the weakest link out of those players. Probably, unless this upcoming weekend he proves to me something else, that he shows me that he can do something which might make me think to keep him. No chance am I going to be like taking Gakpo out. No chance am I going to be taking Salah out. Why would I do that? It's just ridiculous. So Sesko out, Ekatike in will be the move, and then Wirtz will be freeing up some money to bring in a midfielder. Could be a Tottenham midfielder. Palace. Boom. Yeah, go ahead.
That does link us beautifully into last night's game. Let's just get the elephant out of the room here. Man United, Grimsby 2.
Don't edit.
No, we have to talk about it because Man United. Man, they're a big subject matter at the moment in the world of FPL. So Grimsby 2, Man United 2.
We're not even a big
Grimsby
team anymore,
1.
mate.
Sorry?
We're not even a big team anymore. We finished
Build it up.
15th.
We can have you say in 2 seconds. So they drew 2-2 with Grimsby and then they lost, I think it was like 12-11 on penalties. I'll give you my point of view and then I'll let you rave. Man United to me last night, well, more specifically Grimsby, they decided, I don't care who Man United are. I don't care that they're a Premier League team. We're going at them. I don't care if it means that they're going to hit us on the counter and we're going to lose 5-0. We're expected to lose. So we may as well just throw our eggs in one basket and go at them. And you lot couldn't handle them. And their players put their heart and soul into that match. And they should have been 3-0 up because that, whatever reasoning for that offside goal, whatever has happened now, you came back into it because let's get real here. And I could see this. The fitness levels between a League 2 team and a Premier League team were evident. By the 75th minute, they were blowing out their arses and they couldn't cope with you. You've then brought on Fernandez and Burmo. They then put on the turbochargers within reason and the quality shone through. And it took a Maguire 93rd minute header to get you through to penalties. I'm very, very grateful that Grimsby beat you on penalties because they didn't deserve to go out. I thought you lot were a fucking joke. And Amiron, I don't know. I'm not going to profess to be a Man United expert. I don't profess to watch Man United. But that man is a shell of a human being. Head down, doesn't want to look at anybody. I couldn't believe that's Man United, Jace. Over to you.
I mean, I can't really say a lot that I haven't previously said in the past. Unfortunately, there are issues at Manchester United that don't just start on the field of play, but move all the way up through to the directors, to the owners. There's toxicity in the changing room, which has obviously been addressed by players leaving and going away on loan. There is behaviour problems within the dressing room of players like Garnacho. Look at the behaviour of Sancho. But there's no smoke without fire, Steve-O. Now, why are the players acting the way they are acting? Why are they coming out making statements, trying to ruffle feathers and create a negative image of the club? It all comes down to the fact that there's something rotten in Manchester United that has still not been removed. And going back to when Rashford said in the podcast, he turned around and said, if you're going to do a transition...
Hold on. What podcast are you talking about? Because I don't know what the hell you're talking about now.
I don't know the name of it. Hang on. Let me just... Right. I saw on X, hang on. Rashford podcast where he says transition... You need to start the transition. So he basically turned around in an interview. Someone in the chat may know it. Something Reds.
It was a Man United podcast, basically. And I'm assuming they got enough clout where he's obviously gone on to talk about. Is this before or after he left?
After.
So after he's been loaned out to Barcelona. Right, okay. Interesting. So
he turned around and said that the actual transition of Manchester United hasn't begun. Since Alex Ferguson left, and again, a lot of fans have said this. And he turned around and said the transition had yet to begun. Instead of replacing players or starting a transition of a new team, they opted to essentially keep changing manager from Moyes all the way through Van Gaal, through Oli. Obviously, Rangnick was right about a lot of the issues. Coming all the way through Ten Hag, all the way to modern now with Amiron. Amiron joined United with a very positive outlook. Very well liked and respected manager, Portugal. I see on his face that the true nature of Manchester United obviously wasn't made clear to him when he joined. And don't forget, he didn't want to join until this summer. Like, he didn't want to join last year. I feel like Amiron has got two attacking midfielder players when he's got a team where you've got gaping holes in the midfield, central midfield. Ugarte is completely different player at Man United. The goalkeeper situation, Ten Hag letting De Gea go and bringing that Onana in is probably going to go down as one of the biggest own goals in football history. But the point I'm making is that we haven't really plugged any of the holes that we've got in the team. We've got Cunha in and we've got Mbeumo, which is great signings, and Sesko, which is, on paper quite exciting because, he's a good striker. But we don't seem to have... I don't even want to say football identity because I think it's like people are... myself and other people were excited when we played Arsenal because we showed that we could play football. But unfortunately, as quite often is the case with Manchester United, they can turn it on and off. And it's just very disappointing that that a new manager yet again has come in and has not been able to bring the players forward and inject a new lease of life into their game. I feel like there's players that give up too easy, and I have to say Bruno Fernandes is a root cause. Is a root cause of the problem. I know we play worse when we don't have him in the team, but I just think that he's the captain of the team, Steve. And let me finish. He's the captain of the team, right? And he is running around the field quite often when something happens in the game that doesn't go his way. He's got a bee in his bonnet. He's yapping at the referee. He's like a petulant child. And he's supposed to be the leader, Steve-O. He's the one that the teammates are looking to, right? To bring their game, to inspire them in the game, to bring confidence to the team. Bruno Fernandes is just, for me, a little spoilt child who, when he doesn't get what he wants, he just throws his dummy at the pram. And unfortunately, that, as the leader of the team, as the captain of the team, it's a knock-on effect. The rest of the team, he's out of position most of the time. He's not playing in his position that he's been told to play in. He's either dropping back, interfering with the defence. He's going onto the wings, interfering with the wingers. And what are they doing? They don't know what they're going. They're like, well, hang on, you're occupying the space that I've been told to occupy. Well, where am I supposed to be? He hits balls from 30, 40 yards, needlessly, trying to do showboating and Hollywood passes when we're maybe 1-0 down, and we're trying to keep it simple, play simple football, but look for the pass. Your job as a central midfielder should be look for the pass, get that ball from the back to the front as quickly as possible. You know as well as I do, Steve-O, against modern day football now is fast-paced football. You cannot slow it down and just kick it around the park. Oh, well, you can have possession. Oh, wow, the possession stats are brilliant. We've had 68% possession this game, but guess what? All you've done is you kicked it from one side to the other, around the penalty area, and you kicked it back to your defenders, and you've gone around again. No, this is and then when you do try to do something penetrative, oh, yeah, the 40-yard Hollywood pass to Dorgu or to Dalot or to Ahmad, it's so easy to defend against a team that doesn't want to play fast. especially in the Premier League. And I'm really, it does my head in because I don't see a light at the end of the tunnel. I was so excited to go into the season because I got Amiron's got a chance of having a pre-season with the club, an actual pre-season where they can actually train on the academy ground and actually start instilling this philosophy of football that Amiron wants to bring into United, and obviously the formation, which many people don't like. I feel like the players have let him down. I feel players have let down Amiron. Amiron looks, like you just said, like an empty shell. There's a picture that's going around on social media. You may have seen it, where he's literally got his head down and he's looking in a tactics book. And I think to myself, I feel sorry for the guy. I feel sorry for the guy. I really do. I think the guy wants to do well, and he does trust the players. Maybe they step it up in the training ground because he comes into the game positive, but you can see within a few minutes of the game starting, he's shaking his head. He's shaking his head in disbelief at what he's seeing on the pitch. Now, I suspect when Mourinho went, the players were involved in getting Mourinho sacked. And I think the same could be the same again. The players are going to get Amiron the sack. Why, Steve-O? Because they know they're on a good whack at Man United and they can't be gotten rid of very easily. When you've got 2, 3, 4 years on your contract and you're earning between 140 to 250 pounds a week, are you really going to be bothered about another manager coming through the door, benching you? I mean, are you going to be bothered about being benched? Are you going to be bothered about being left out of the team? If you're Jadon Sancho, are you really going to be bothered about that? If you're Garnacho, are you going to really be bothered about that? No. It's money. Player power, mate. Player power wins everything. Gone are the days where Alex Ferguson, would be in the dressing room shouting and screaming at players, kicking football boots at David Beckham and in his head and stuff like that. That would never happen today. And if it did, the players would just revolt. The players would revolt.
Do you think it's a sense of entitlement that people seem to feel they have now?
Mate, I don't think it's just football. I just think people in general. I think people these days feel way more entitled than what they used to. I don't know about, as I get older, I don't know if it's just because I'm getting older and I'm seeing younger people, but there is this feeling that youngsters feel like they're entitled to more than what we did as kids. I don't know. Maybe I'm biased, but certainly when it comes to football, the way these kids, they're on massive contracts from an early age. They feel like they don't owe anything to the world. Like, they're ruining their careers. Garnacho's ruining his career, the way he's acting. Look at Isaac. Look at him. He is a very, very good footballer. He's got a lot of years ahead of him. But he's going to be looked at now as a complete and utter twat, essentially. He's acted like a complete and utter twat, and the same with Jadon Sancho, sitting at home, playing FIFA at home instead of playing for his football team. You know what? There's something in this world called professionalism. Yeah, professionalism is not dead. That's a big thing. Now, you honor a contract. Yeah, you do what you need to do. Just because you don't want to play for the club and that someone else has come looking for you doesn't mean you can just down tools and sit at home, and start tweeting out and liking Instagram comments, slating your club. At the end of the day, you are there playing for that club, and United are no different. And it's the players don't think for 1 minute that Amiron is at fault. Please do not think for 1 minute. I completely agree with Mark Goldbridge. Sometimes Mark Goldbridge makes some very outlandish statements, but he was right. He was right about Mourinho. The players wanted him gone. The fans got behind the players. The fans wanted Mourinho gone. But guess what? Mourinho was one of the better managers that we've had at a club. And he got treated like crap. But we've seen what Man United can do. David De Gea, the way they treated him, they just got rid of him. They cut him loose. Golden Glove winner for the club. Absolutely amazing season. He did really well. Get him gone. We want an honour in because he's the future. Yeah, right. Yeah, see, well done on that one. But I'm just annoyed. I'm very annoyed, but I can't even turn around and say it's only for the moment and things will get better, Steve-O, because things aren't going to get better at Man United. Not from what I'm seeing in Amiron. His press conference after the game, you can see in his eyes. You can see in his mannerisms. He is ready to walk away. I think he's ready to walk away. I do think that the guy is a breaking point. I don't think he's gonna hang around to get sacked. I think he has got a breaking point, and I really hope he doesn't walk away, but I wouldn't be surprised if he does.
If it's unlikely, because I know what Burnley are like. I know what we're like. We're going to hand you the victory, even though you're probably going to be there for the taking. And I think you are there for the taking. Scott Parker ain't going to do a Grimsby. He's just going to sit back with 5 men behind the ball, another 4 men in front of them behind the ball, and another bloke up the top trying to defend as well. And it's going to fall into your hands, and you're going to, Fernandez or Cunha or Burma are going to get a defensive splitting pass in through to Sesko, and he'll score his first goal for you guys. If you don't beat us on Saturday, do you think Amiron walks?
There's a good chance. Do you know what I really hope? I really, really hope that Ratcliffe gets Amiron in his office and turns around and says to him, look, I know that there's problems. We're gonna work together, and we're gonna identify those problems, and we're gonna make changes, and we're gonna make improvements to not only the facilities, but to the staff, the coach. I mean, the medical staff at Man United, they're something else as well. But certainly players that need to be moved on. I mean, I love the fact that he wasn't scared of not bringing Rashford, Garnacho, Sancho back into the team, into the training. I love that. It means that he was given some backing. But I want Ratcliffe to essentially come out and turn around and back Amiron. Do you know what? That would be more to me than beating Burnley. We can lose to Burnley. I don't care. But if Ratcliffe turned around and said publicly, I stand behind Amiron, and gave Amiron that confidence, then I would feel like we may have a light at the end of the tunnel. But I'm not going to see that happen, Steve-O. I'm not going to see Ratcliffe come out and do that. And I feel that Amiron is going to start slowly realising that the walls of isolation at Manchester United are closing in. Because I get the impression that you can be all friendly 1 week or 1 month, and then it all starts crashing down, and all of a sudden players will turn their backs on him. They won't, and I don't know what this obsession is with Bruno Fernandes, because for all that he's done at Manchester United, he's also been responsible for a lot of bad stuff on the pitch, performance-wise. And he has always been able to just play 90 minutes, not at any risk of getting subbed off, made to sit on a bench. It is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I really hope he doesn't walk. But you know what, Steve-O, if he does walk, and if Burnley do beat us and he walks away, I'm not going to hold it against him. Because I would know, that would be a confirmation for me that there is rot at Manchester United that cannot easily be fixed by one manager alone. It's going to need a top-down, complete rehaul.
Your fixtures between Saturday up until 18th of October, so game week 3 to game week 8, are as follows. Burnley at home, Man City away, Chelsea at home, Brentford away, Sunderland at home, Liverpool away. What are you expecting points-wise out of this? And do you think by game week 8 there's a chance that
Sorry, mate, I was reading the chat and listening to you at the same time. Can you just read out the fixtures again, please?
Brilliant. So you've got Burnley at home. That's a guaranteed 3 points. I'm telling you that now. Even if it's 1-0 or 3-0, it's going to happen.
We're actually going to score, are we? Okay.
Yeah, because we're going to give you... I'm telling you now, the way Burnley... It happens every fucking season. It drives me mental. Sean Dyche, it used to happen to Sean Dyche all the time. It's, oh, we're playing really, really well. Oh, we got Man City. Let's just put up a defensive wall and let them just play around with us until they score their opening goal. And then they do it within 3 minutes. And it's just, well, you may as well pull our pants down and fuck us up the arse, because now the plan's all out the window. And that's what's going to happen on Saturday. I'm going to be absolutely fuming when I hear about the fact that, oh, Fernandes has threaded a ball through to Mbeumo and he's just put it in the net after 3 minutes. Great. This is going to be a long afternoon. I'm telling you that for free. But then you got Man City away. Let's just be realistic here. Probably 0 points. But the way you lot seem to play against them, it'll probably end up being a draw. But let's just say 0 points. Chelsea at home. Chelsea, a very, very informed team at the moment. And
we're
to be
not
honest
beating Chelsea.
You're not beating Chelsea, right? Brentford away, depending on their kind of form and whatnot, you're looking at, let's say, realistically a win. Sunderland at home, realistically a win, and then Liverpool away, absolutely no chance. So you're looking at probably 7 points across the next 6 fixtures. Is that good enough for Amiron to be like, I'm okay? Or does he need to prove himself against the likes of Man City, Chelsea and Liverpool?
I mean, while watching Manchester United, I think United struggle to break teams down that sit back and defend. I think Burnley will do that, and I think it'll be a struggle for them to break Burnley down. As much as you think that they might get a goal, I do think the only way that Burnley are going to concede against Man United is if they try and play a high line and they're trying to press United. I don't see Burnley being easy at all, and I think that I think there's more chance of us getting a goal at City, to be honest, than at Burnley. Purely because City will have a lot of possession and they'll be in our own half quite a lot of the game. And I think it'll play into Cunha and Burmo's hands. Sesko's quite quick as well. But I think counter-attacking football is the only real way that I think we can get goals at the moment. Sad as it sounds. But yeah, I don't. It doesn't bode well. The fixtures don't bode well. And 7 points, it could be quite that could be kind of a reality that we... struggle to even be in the top half of the table.
Do you seriously think that there is a very high chance that Amiron legitimately leaves in the international break? If let's just say, for argument's sake, you're right, and it ends up being a 0-0 against Burnley, is there a realistic chance that Amiron leaves if they don't buy anybody new in the transfer window? And sell some of this.
Amiron is a proud person. You can tell he wears his heart on his sleeve. You can see the emotion in him when he talks. I don't think Amiron is going to sit there and just watch this game week in, game week out, game week in, like until the club sack him. I do feel that. I feel that he's the sort of manager that would turn around and say enough is enough. I can't do anything here. Not that I want him to. Don't get me wrong. I don't want him to, but I wouldn't be like, I would not be surprised if we have a different manager come Christmas. Put it that way.
So which leads me on to this next question. The title of the stream is essentially Captain of Man United Asset? ? Over to you, Jace. Because Cunha's the popular captaincy pick at the moment. You've then got the likes of Mbeumo and Fernandes. People are going to be asking the question. I'm just going to ask them for you.
If you've got Man United in your team, then there's a chance that you brought him in before the game against Grimsby, because I don't think many people will be bringing them in now. I don't know. It depends on what you think. If we're going to have maybe a reaction, to that defeat against Grimsby, maybe we'll see a bit of a display. I don't know, but certainly, I think you've taken risks. I think Haaland for me is a better decision to make, an easier decision for a captaincy pick than either Cunha, Mbeumo, Fernandes, or Sesko. I'm kind of like. I need to take my Man United tinted goggles off at the start of the season. I don't even know why I had Sesko. I just wanted to be clever and try and get in on ahead of everyone else because I thought he would hit the ground running. I don't see him scoring a goal. I don't see him scoring against Burnley, mate, if I'm honest with you. And if he can't score against Burnley, then who can he score against?
The two players that stood out for me last night from a Man United point of view were Cunha and Ahmad. Cunha, it looked like
Ahmad. No, Ahmad wasn't wasn't that good.
I'm talking, yeah, but hold on a minute. Your team was shit. Full stop. I'm talking about the standout players of that particular team. I thought was
De Ligt and Maguire
Ahmad.
when he came on. De Ligt was great.
But that's Maguire when he came on.
De Ligt was good when he came on, and Burmo was good when he came on.
Yeah, when they came on.
Yes.
I'm talking players that predominantly played from the start. And I know Ahmad was subbed.
Dorgu had a decent game. I'm not sure where they subbed him off, but he had a decent game. But yeah, I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I thought Cunha put in a hell of a performance, and he looked almost like a frustrated player that the runs that he was hoping players would make weren't doing so. He looked like he was trying too hard to impress whomever to prove that he's worth the amount of money that they've paid for him. It is literally down to Cunha and Fernandez.
Well, I mean,
are they mad, basically?
I don't think they're mad. No, I don't think they're mad if they're attacking the fixtures. I don't think they're mad, but I just think that they're taking a risk. I think they're taking a risk because you don't know what Man United team's going to turn up. I mean, God knows how we're going to react to that Grimsby game. It's going to be one of the two ways. Either they're going to try and go out with something to prove to everyone that they're not as shit as people think they are, or they're going to have their heads half bowed low, thinking that we are shit and we're not going to do anything. I don't know. I don't know. I really, really, really wish that I could turn around to you, Steve, and say we're going to up our game, we're going to dominate the game, and we're going to smash Burnley 3-0. I'd love to say that, but I can't because I would be lying. I'd be lying.
And the fixtures that you've seen of Man United so far this season against Arsenal, Fulham and Grimsby doesn't give you much hope whatsoever.
Look, why would it? Why would it give me hope? Like, mate, this isn't a new thing in Man United. I mean, how many seasons have you been asking me about Man United now? And what positives have I really been able to say? Oh, we got a new manager, or oh, we had a decent win. Maybe we can go up and maybe kick off from this now. But there's always been disappointment. Honestly, I don't have hope. I don't have hope. There is no hope in me.
There are people doing free hit this particular game week, and a lot of them are going with 3 Man United assets. If you're going to give some advice, which 3 Man United assets would you recommend? In my opinion, I would go with 2 defenders and Cunha.
Dorgu, De Ligt, Bruno Fernandes, purely because we can't play football without him. And he's always going to play football. He's always going to play 90. I think Sesko, if he starts performing well, could be an outlander. But Cunha, Fernandes, Dorgu, or Cunha, Fernandes, De Ligt would probably be my answer. But from a defensive point of view, people are saying like, why would the hell would you have a defender? Because United can't keep clean sheets. I mean, mate, you just need to like have a corner. There's a good chance that Biendia might knock it into his own net.
We need to attack first, and that's not unfortunately happening in our game against.
The podcast that Rashford was on was called The Rest is Football Podcast. There we go. The Rest is Football. It was 2 weeks ago. There we go.
Yeah, our game against Derby was so bad that I was just sat there or lying there thinking, this is what's going to be happening as Man United. The only difference is that they're the team that's going to be scoring first. And then we're going to try and just see if we can hit you on the counter. But with what? With what? RBSL 5 says 1 corner from Burnley, stick it on the keeper, and they crumble like a crisp packet. Might as well be a penalty. Well, I mean, to be honest with you, if you're a team playing United, if you're Burnley right now, the coaching staff at Burnley, you are going to be saying, right, let's practice our corners, let's practice our free kicks, because guess what? We've got a cheat code of scoring a goal. Because if Onana's in goal, he ain't going to be anywhere near where he needs to be. And if Biendia's in goal, he hasn't got strength to deal with a corner, and he also likes to flap around in the box. And, you know,
your game plan, Steve-O, should just be try and get as many corners as possible, run down the wing, right? And do the whole thing that teams used to do, like in the 80th minute, 85th, 90th minute, where they used to like shield themselves, in the corner. Wait for like 2 or 3 United defenders to come around and smack the ball against them to try and get a corner. That should be your strategy. Because every time United defend a corner, it just seems like something's going to happen. And normally the goalkeeper's nowhere to be seen, and it's dealt with by, Delit or Yoro. But yeah, like if I was Scott Parker, I'd be like, right, let's target Biendia, because I'd imagine Biendia would be in goal.
Yeah. Okay, well, we spent a good half an hour on Man United. Any points of view in chat before we move on to our Game Week 3 teams?
They're saying that Steve-O doesn't know what he's on about. Pretty much everyone was saying Steve-O doesn't know what he's on about.
Regarding what?
No, I'm joking. Estev Hat-Trick says podcast shorts. The pressure is immense for Amiron, says Blazy. Because of the loss to Burnley, he's walking or being sacked. Simple as I don't know if he'll be sacked, but I think he might have a bit of pride and walk. I don't know. I honestly don't know. Paulie says, won't be surprising me if Dorgu's benched. He gets yanked at half time over Dallo. It was weird from Amiron. I agree. It was weird. Ricky Kiley with the $5 €5 super chat. Absolutely no need, but thank you so much. It goes towards
there is a need. I need $5,000, so more the merrier.
As a United fan, he says, anyone using the free hit to bring in 3 Man United players, please seek medical advice. We will lose guaranteed. Guaranteed. Ricky Kiley, United fan. We are losing guaranteed. What do you think about that? I don't know if it's guaranteed, mate. Come on. Don't be so doom and gloom.
Goal scorers. We could barely score in the Championship.
We might get a draw. But no, other than that, Matty's in the chat saying, I totally agree with you, Jace. One corner for Burnley, I've talked about that. João Pedro most likely have pens and play number 10 if Palmer is out. That's another good consideration, João Pedro.
It didn't realise that was to do with Man United, but anyway.
No, they were talking about captains this week. I think we were talking about that. But yes, thanks for the subscribe to Edvix.
If you do enjoy the channel and what we do here, make sure you are hitting the subscribe button and the like button. It really does help push the channel. Anyway, let's crack on with Game Week 3, Jakes. Let's crack on with that. And what you doing? What's your team looking like? I've put my team in Discord as well. So,
my team Game Week 3 is very simple. I brought in, I took out Wan-Bissaka and I brought in Matty Cash.
What?
Yeah.
You took out Wan-Bissaka and brought in Matty Cash.
Yeah, West Ham are crap, but Aston Villa are just a little bit less crap. And it's
just so random.
Why
Aston Villa?
I just didn't want Wan-Bissaka in my team anymore.
Crystal Palace, Everton, Sunderland, Fulham, the next 4 fixtures.
Yeah, good.
They've got Crystal Palace at home, which is bordering on a clean sheet. Everton away.
All right. People in the chat like, Christ, Jason. Yeah, well, I haven't got any other fires to put out of my team. Tell me any other fires. I don't have it. Sanchez in goal. Don't need to change him. Van der Ven. Don't need to change him. Dorgu. Okay. United.
How much money did you have in the bank?
Didn't have any money in the bank.
So you had 4.5 to spend on a defender. Okay. I probably would have gone with either a Crystal Palace defender.
Nah.
Or... No?
Matty Cash, he's going to do me good this weekend. You just quote me on that.
Yeah, again, it's just so completely random out of the blue.
This is it. No Weak Foot says there's plenty more better 4.5s to pick. I don't care. No fires. We've got Sesko and Wirtz. Says, look, they're not injured. Yeah. They're not injured. Sesko might be benched. He might not start, but you know what? They're not injured. No, I was thinking of doing the Etike out, Wirtz out move this week, but I didn't want to do a -4.
You got 2 free transfers though?
No, got 1.
What do you mean you've got 1? Who did what? I don't understand what you did.
I got Dorgu in, didn't I?
In Game Week,
I brought Dorgu in for what's his face?
Whoever it was, Konza.
Yeah, Konza to Dorgu because he got a red card. I wouldn't have done that move if he hadn't got a red card, but it is.
Are you going to be your captain in Haaland though?
Yeah, I'm captain in Haaland.
You're Captain Haaland, yeah. I think if you got the balls, Dorgu. I think if you got real balls,
I'm not gonna do Dorgu, mate.
Guaranteed clean sheet. But yeah,
Nikos has asked the question very quickly before we talk about the teams. Do you think content creation changes the way you play FPL? Me, absolutely not. No. Steve-O, he talks to Ray. That's where he gets his ideas. But no, content creation. We don't care what people say in the chat. You can probably
we don't care if you're watching. To be honest with you. Oh, can't be saying that.
Like and subscribe. Okay, so yeah, my team is there. Don't need to.
Okay, if you want to bring up my team, then we'll just have a quick look at my team going into game week 3, and then we'll crack on because I've already done some moves. I've put the shorts out on.
Oh, I've done some moves.
Yeah, I did two transfers this week, and we're probably doing a -4 because our team is. Although annoyingly, it turns out 8 Nuri's all right. You couldn't make it up, could you, Jace? 8 Nuri's going to be fine. Although whether he plays or not is a completely different story. But yeah, I did the moves.
Okay, so
the price rising and drops.
So your team is up on screen here. So you got Sals in goal, Pedro Porro, Cucurella, Van de Ven, a player of mine. Great. You got double. Yeah, you got triple Tottenham. Oh, you went on the Johnson train. Oh, you're really bullish about Tottenham against Bournemouth, aren't you?
It's not just Bournemouth. Have you seen their fixtures? They're absolutely disgusting. Tottenham's fixtures are disgusting. And I think...
So, how much... Hang on. So, who did you get out?
So, Saka and 8 Nuri out for Van de Ven and Johnson.
What are you doing with this spare cash?
That'll be going on a -4, probably to bring in Salah.
Oh, for fuck's sake. Really? The boring move.
Well, we need to bring him in before Burnley. We're going to be doing the move anyway. And the thing, we can't afford it. We'll then have double Liverpool against Burnley, even though Wirtz is a waste of space, but whatever. And the thing is that we looked at our bench and we go, well, Piro's going to get, if we're lucky, 1 point. Gudmundsson is going to get at most 2 points. And I don't think they're going to even get that against Newcastle because Newcastle are going to wash them aside. And then you've got Esteve, well, whatever. And we just wanted to get the move out the way now. And then we go into game week 4 with the fact of 2 Liverpool. And in fact, our game week 4 team is beautifully set up to move into game week 5, where... not game week 5, it's game week 6. Game week 6 is set up absolutely beautifully. And what's best for us is that we've got Haaland at this point. And a lot of people, including you've got Haaland as well. That's good.
Is it?
Yeah, because they got in game week 6, it's triple captain time against Burn.
Yeah.
End of discussion.
Oh, it's a while to go yet, mate. That's after the international break.
Yeah, it's only 3 game weeks away.
Yeah.
Not long.
Yeah, I mean, the team looks good, I'll be honest with you. Does look good.
Yeah, look, as I said before, I really wanted to wild card.
Obviously, the Dewsbury Hall against Strand Larson isn't ideal.
Look, whatever Dewsbury Hall gets, he gets. I don't give a shit. He's going to be lucky to get 3 points for a clean sheet. So we just expect him to get the 2 points. We know, looking at this team, that we failed with... I mean, if I look at game week, no, you can't go back on that. But if I was to change various things with our team, we'd have not had Wirtz. We'd have just gone straight in with Salah. Just do a Salah and Haaland draft. If we'd have known what we know now. But Dewsbury Hall, Wirtz, I could argue Strand Larson, Piro for definite. That's 4 players, Jace, in our team, which has just been duds. Absolute duds, and it's really been our defense.
Well, I did tell you.
Yeah, but
I did tell you game week 1 when I saw your team. I was like, you had a plan. You stuck with your plan. Fair play. But
yeah, but I didn't realise how bad Leeds' attack was, and they're crap.
Wow.
Their attack is. You are aware that in the Carabao Cup, their 3 penalty take. Well, their 3 strikers all took penalties and all missed them. You couldn't make it up. So Piero,
Oh.
Dewsbury Hall, and the Canberra, whatever his fucking name is, they all missed the penalties.
Anyway,
Couldn't make it up.
for this
And then,
week,
yeah.
this not bad for this week though. With the
Yeah, like I said, we're setting up for game week 4 where we can just breathe. We'll have the Salah captaincy against Burnley. And then it's then moving into game week 5 where we can just hold off any transfers. And moving into game week 6, again, don't even need to transfer. And then we're looking at about game week 7 to wildcard. Because that's when the fixtures start turning.
yeah,
That's when the fixtures start turning.
yeah, it's either yeah.
It's just such a shame that we go back to the whole FPL conversation, and it's such a ferocious game. It's so ferocious, and it doesn't reward patience. That's what.
Well, unfortunately, as I've seen, what my team value is not got anything because I've just sat on transfers. I've not done.
You haven't lost money, have you? I don't think you've lost any money.
Wirtz.
Yeah,
Wirtz, yeah.
apart from him, the rest of your players not too bad.
That's all. Yeah, apart from him. So let's chat. I've said Steve-O's. Okay. I'm not reading that one out. But 50 points max, says Nick of Sutton. Said in the chat.
My generic response.
Imi says, play your Piro. It looks shite. But no, but like out of mine and your teams, like my team here, I'll be honest, I'm feeling quite happy with my team. Yeah. And I don't feel like I need to worry about falling behind this week. Be honest with you.
You shouldn't. You're going into the Sunday evening, afternoon fixture with Liverpool versus Arsenal, and it's just going to be. I'm fascinated by that game. Absolutely fascinated, because I have no idea how that's going to set up. Are Liverpool just going to be going at Arsenal hammer and tongue? Is Slot just not going to show any respect whatsoever? I don't have a fucking clue, mate. But you've got 3 Liverpool assets going into that game, and then you've got 3 of them playing against Burnley. If you still invert, but then again, if you do that plan, you're still going to have 3 with Etikite, unless Isaac. Because remember, Isaac could be moving. He could be moving.
There is still a chance he could be moving. It all depends on Newcastle and if they want to cash in on him or not. Certainly not going to be
They've already bought a
him.
striker. They're going to buy another striker. Probably Strand Larson probably ends up going there. The way Newcastle are aggressively.
I mean, if you're Newcastle, you're wanting to move him on because you're not going to be able to play him now. He's made his position very untenable in the club, unfortunately. So yeah, I mean, it's a very good chance he goes very, very soon. You'd think in this transfer window anyway, wouldn't you? But we'll have to wait and find out. And of course, that then plays into the old Ekitike dynamic then, doesn't it? Yeah, okay. Let's leave
let's
it
just
at that
quickly
then.
look at the game week 3 fixtures. Just quickly go through them, and then we can get out of it.
Go on then, zoom for him.
Are you going to bring them up on the screen?
Nah. Give me a second. For some reason,
Yeah, I mean,
I'm
obviously
lost.
we obviously kick off with Fulham at home to Chelsea. Is it Fulham at home to Chelsea? The other way around?
Chelsea at home to Fulham.
Yeah, look, it's always a tight game between these 2 particular teams, but I always say the usual line: Chelsea will have enough quality to get through, and I think they're just going to win 2-0, Jace.
I think Chelsea are going to be a real force to be reckoned with this season. I've got a feeling about them. Do you know what? It might sound mental, but I think Chelsea could actually put up a freaking fight, finish second.
Yeah.
I could see Chelsea finishing above Man City.
I agree.
I really do. I don't know, unless things start ticking for Man City. I just think Chelsea have just got a better team. Just a vibe, just a feeling. I'm going to go, I think 2-0 to Chelsea is a solid prediction. I'm going to agree with you on that one. Colm's given Fulham 1 goal, 2-1, but 2-0, 2-1. I don't see Fulham scoring though. I think Chelsea will comfortably win that. Man United versus Burnley, 3 o'clock, Steve-O. I'm just going to go 1-0 to Man United.
Yeah, it's got anywhere between 1 and 3-0. I'll go with the pessimistic 3-0 to Man. We've covered enough of this game now. 3-0
anyway.
Man United.
Spurs, Bournemouth. Your triple Spurs up against Bournemouth. Semenyo maybe might upset your back line. I see Bournemouth scoring, Steve. I hate to break it to you. As good as Spurs defend, I think Bournemouth have got something about them. Spurs will win this 2-1.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at the history. I'll be doing that for Patreon tomorrow, but the history suggesting a very high scoring game. I think 3-2 has happened like 3 times in the last 6. I think, 2-1 to Tottenham.
Sunderland versus Brentford, a game that to me means absolutely nothing from an FPL point of view. From a football point of view, it doesn't mean anything to me either. 0-0.
Yeah, I would not be. Do you know what? I'll go with that as well. 0-0.
Wolves versus Everton. Wow, tell me about
0-0.
Hall. 1-0 to Everton. Or 1-0.
I'll go with a 0-0.
Leeds versus Newcastle. We're not
0-0.
Yeah. 1-0 to Newcastle. In that game.
Yeah, I think Newcastle to win.
Edge it.
I'll go with 2-1.
2-1, 1, yeah. Brighton then on Sunday face Manchester City at 2 o'clock.
Our captain's in full flow there.
I think Man City have got to get a result here. I mean, I'm going to go 2-0 to Man City.
Brighton are very good at home. They are very good at home. Obviously, they won 6-0 against Oxford last night with a B team. I do think they score, and for some reason I got in my head 3-1. I'm going to go 3-1 to Man City, but I would not be surprised if this ended something like 1-1 or 2-2. But yeah, I'm going to go 3-1 to Man City.
Nottingham Forest, West Ham. People are saying in the chat they're surprised we're not. Neither of us have got Nottingham Forest attackers. Sorry, Chris Wood, knee jerkers. Nottingham Forest, West Ham. West Ham, of course, absolutely pants. I got rid of Wan-Bissaka because I don't see him keeping a clean sheet in this fixture. Nottingham Forest, will Chris Wood strike again?
Yes.
Great.
He will be.
2-1, 2-0, 1-1.
Yeah, it's got that ring. I've got 2-1. 2-1 to Nottingham Forest.
Yeah,
I'm hoping they actually keep a bloody clean sheet, to be honest with you.
Got Liverpool then up against Arsenal at the 4:30 kickoff. So the Sunday late afternoon. I like that time slot as well.
Isn't there? The final game is Aston Villa Crystal Palace, isn't it?
It is. Yes, yes, it is. At 7 o'clock. Yeah, instead of a Monday, it's on Sunday night.
Yeah, this is going to be. The last 2 fixtures have ended 2-2.
2-2. Yeah, 2-2.
Arsenal have lost. I don't know about Odegaard, but let's just assume he's out. They've lost Saka. Liverpool are just going to go. Well, I'd like to think they're going to go gun ho, and I'm going to go with best attack versus best defense.
Yeah,
Liverpool.
It's got 0-0 or 1-0 on it, isn't it? Really, it's got written 1-0 maybe.
I'll go 2-1 to Liverpool.
Aston Villa then up against Crystal Palace in the evening. I think Aston Villa's got to win this game. I'm going to go for Aston Villa win 2-1. I just, for me, they got to start their season because they've started pretty poorly.
Yeah, I mean, Crystal Palace drew 0-0 tonight with a full-strength team.
Watch Ollie Watkins get a goal in this one.
Hopefully. I think this has got a 1-1 written all over it, but I would not be surprised if Aston Villa kept a clean sheet in this particular fixture. Yeah, I think, like I say, that this particular game week is going to be, because a lot of people are thinking of wildcarding this game week, free hitting, taking hits. So it is going to be a very interesting end to the game week, Jace. And we'll be there on Monday evening, I guess, to do a quick review.
Best of luck to them all. That's all I'm going to say. If you've enjoyed the stream, hit that like button, subscribe to the channel if you are new around here. Check out our Patreon at Elite FPL. Jump in our Discord at Elite FPL. Any questions in the chat? I don't see any questions. Just people coming out statements. You guys don't rate Brentford. They won against Villa and Bournemouth. I don't say I don't know if I don't rate Brentford. I just think that they haven't got any assets in their team that I would choose from an FPL point of view. I think they will be all right. I don't think they're going to get relegated or anything. Steve-O, do you rate Brentford? I'd say they're mid-table, right?
Again, look, they've lost a couple of players. They have a team in which are in a tiny bit of transition at the moment, but other than that, I think that if Keith Andrews just continues doing the work that Thomas Frank's doing, they should be fine. Should be.
They should be fine. They'll be fine. Right, on that note, good night, guys. Take it easy. All the best.